Today I'm making quince jelly in 3 variations. We've had a quince tree for about 5 years now. It's a beautiful tree, very pretty green-grey foliage, cute white blossoms in spring and plenty of fruit in autumn. I'd recommend this tree because it's really surprised me with its resilience. It's frost hardy and didn't struggle too badly with the very dry, very hot summers we've had the last couple of years. Though, while it did survive, the drought in summer did mean a smaller harvest, but we did have a harvest nevertheless. So, in summation, if you're looking for a slightly unusual fruit-bearing tree, quince is an option. And as a bonus feature, the scent of the ripe fruit will perfume your entire space. While they look like apples, they are not. They are tough fruits with a fuzzy skin and cannot be eaten raw. The fuzz is also kind of an issue when it comes to making jelly, so the first step is to remove it. I found the easiest way to do this is by using one of those massage gloves they sell at the drugstore. No soap is needed, just wash away the little hairs. Next up, cut the quince. Quarter it and remove the seeds. But don't remove the skin as it holds a lot of flavor. Once you have a good amount, I'm afraid I usually don't measure this, but I think I used about 8 quince, stick them in a pot. The first kind of jelly is one of my favorites, winter spice. Add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 of ginger, and a good amount of nutmeg. Then top it up with water. Do measure the amount of water you use, since that will dictate how much gelling sugar you will need later. I'm using 1.5 liters of water. Now stick the whole thing on the hob and let it simmer on low to medium heat. On my oven it's setting 4 out of 9. It'll need to simmer for a good time, about 45 minutes to an hour, to really allow the flavor of the quince to infuse the water. Once the water has taken on some color and the kitchen smells amazing, it's time to drain. If you're better at dealing with hot water on your fingers, then squeeze out as much water as you can, but don't burn yourself. Rinse the pot and put the quince tea back in the pot. Now bring out the gelling sugar, and usually I like to have a little extra pectin around, just in case things don't firm up as much as I'd like. The gelling sugar that's sold around here has mixing instructions, so do check the packaging. Put the pot back on the hob and bring to a rolling boil, then turn down the heat and simmer for 10 minutes. While that's happening, disinfect your jam jars. I'm using hot water, but you can disinfect it in the oven if you prefer. Ah, yes, that's what a failed gelling test looks like. So, extra pectin to the rescue. Once you're happy with your jelly, the last step is filling your jars. Use a kitchen towel soaked in cold water to protect your hands when you handle the jars. Remember, they are full of hot water. Tip out the water, then ladle the jelly into your jar. Place the lid firmly on the jar and then set them upside down for a few minutes. This will seal your jar from oxygen and your jelly will last for months. And for the second variation, wash your quince, cut it, remove the seeds, put the chunks in a pot. Now take 2 vanilla pods, because this version is vanilla flavored. Split the pods in 2 lengthwise and scrape out their insides. Add water, put it on the stove on low to medium heat for an hour. Drain and squeeze out as much water as possible. Put it back in the pot with gelling sugar and stick it back on the hob, bring to a rolling boil, then simmer and do the gelling test. While the jelly is on the hob, disinfect some jars and don't forget the lids. Ladle the jelly into the jars and set them upside down for a few minutes. Oh, also, label your jars. That one's important. And another one. Quince lemon and thyme jelly. This one's great for people who don't like things too fruity and sweet. Pick a good handful of thyme off the stems. Then wash, quarter, chunk, quince, pot, water, stove. Drain, squeeze, pot. Now add lemon juice, about a cup I'd say. Sugar, stove, boil, simmer. Jars hot, disinfect. Gelling test. Ladle. For decoration, you could add a sprig of thyme to every jar. Jar upside down. Done! Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, why not subscribe?